there's a system that I like called the 3-bucket system, right? And that is when you get your money, name your money. Say it with me. When you get your money, what do? Name your money. How many of us have been called by our full name by our parents and automatically you are in obedience mode? Have you seen that? That's what you want to do with your money. If you can say, this money here goes there. And the good thing with money is it's a good servant. Tell it to go somewhere, it listens. Are you with me? But if you don't tell it to go anywhere, you are going to be wondering where it went because it's going to go. So if you use this 3-bucket system, that's 50% of your money should go to essentials. So 50% goes to essentials. What are essentials? Your rent, your office expenses, your data, because most of us are doing it online. Make sure that every time you get a paycheck, 50% is set aside for that purpose. Are you with me? 30%, this you can, between the 30 and the 20, you can mix this up. I like the 30% where 30% goes towards provisioning for stuff like taxes. Because ZIMRA is coming, whether you like it or not. And compliance is the quickest way to avoid losing when you're at the top of your game. They won't care about you when you're pushing pennies. But when you get into the thousands upon thousands of dollars, that's when they come and that's when they can shut you down. So 30% goes to things like your ZIMRA allocation, stuff like skills development, because the thing is, the way you get paid more is you become someone who people can pay more to. We'll talk about it in a second. And then the 20%, that's where you take it to the discretionary stuff, okay? 30, 50, 30, 20. Tell your money where to go. Trust me, it'll work. The second aspect is, if this is a bit complex, another way of doing it is just saying, of all my high earning months, I'm going to just set aside 30% and I'm going to put this as my lean day fund. This is the kind of money that when things are not working or I don't have any clients, that's what I'm living on. You with me? The third approach is, this one I like very much, is how many of us have won the lottery before? You've won the lottery? Okay. I hope no one had won. All right. Now I don't know if I want to say what I wanted to say. Okay. So one of the things that happens when people win big amounts of money in one go suddenly is we think we have a lot of money. Are you with me? Yeah. But if you then break it down into its unit economics, you may find that $1 million is just enough to maintain the life that you're already living now. There's no reason for celebration. There's no need to quit your jobs, because when you break it down to its units, so part of that is identifying how much your life costs on a monthly basis, on an annual basis, and then dividing that into the amount of money you earn. You'll probably find that, oh, the big month is not that big. If I get a $20,000 payment, that could actually just be 4 months of the life I'm living now. So it helps you calm down and just ease off wanting to spend all of it. Are you with me? It requires a bit of intentionality. You need to get to a point where we don't look at money as something abstract, but we look at it as something, a resource, a tool that allows us to live the life that we want to live. Because all of us can identify with what we want. And money is not the objective, it's a tool that comes in to facilitate that process. Are you with me? All right. So I spoke a bit about finding out how much your life costs. What we've done at our organization is we've built calculators to make things easy. So we've built a calculator that allows you to determine how much your life costs right now and how much your life could cost for the dream that you are wanting to pursue. And we did this because I started studying wealthy people. And I noticed the difference between those who dream and those who live the dream is that those who dream have never taken the time to calculate how much the dream costs and what they need to get there. So the moment you put a number to your dream, now you can say, oh snap, this is doable. Or man, I really need to work. So it's just getting to that point where just don't hit and hope. Actually begin to say, if this is something I want, how much would it potentially cost? And when I get the idea of the cost, what kind of person do I need to become so that this kind of money is just something that we do on a daily or on a monthly or on a weekly basis? Are you with me so far? Cool? And in Zim, I just had to throw this in, you want to use stable currencies. The beauty about a lot of the freelance work we're doing, and I hope that's the case for you, is that a lot of us are doing more work for offshore clients, or at least clients that are willing to pay in US dollars, or any other, in essence, any other currency that's not from Venezuela or Zimbabwe. I think that kind of works, right? So you want to make sure that most of your transactions, so if you find yourself doing a lot of local business where they pay in Zim, begin to ask yourself, how do I make this invoice into more stable currency? So that may mean really sitting down and saying, where are the people who need the stuff that I have to give? that can pay me in a currency that allows me to live. Does that work? Because, you know, exposure dollars don't pay rent, all right? And you want to leverage platforms like Payoneer. I think they allow you, even if you're in Zim, you can set up a Payoneer account. And these are just platforms that allow you to receive payments from people all around the world. And the platforms also like Wise that does the same thing. Personally, I'm a fan of Wise because Wise is very cheap compared to Payoneer. It's got less charges, but it allows you to get paid online. And actually also it serves as a wallet. So if you're not comfortable with your money being in a bank, I'm glad no one from ZIMRA is here, but if you are here, they will have paid taxes, don't worry. You can keep that in your wallet, right? And that allows you to keep US dollars and those stable currencies in that wallet. So it protects you from when something happens in the country, you know that you're not going to feel the full wrath of inflation. Does that make sense so far? All right, so that's the first money move.